everybody. We are back with Mr. George Ensle. Let's give him a hand.
Thank you. I'll start off with this little ditty here. Just a short ways off the interstate down the Tulane County route, there's a place called Small Town, USA. Slow down and come on out. We got a cafe, ice house, feed and seed, and John Deere tractor shop. And they're all run by hard-working couples we call Mom and Pop. Down at Mom and Pop's, you feel right at home. At Mom and Pop's, it's handmade and homegrown. Mom and Pops, you'll find a place that's family owned, and meet the two who built this country every time you stop at Mom and Pops. Mom and Pops. Pop's handshake is all you need for a lifetime guarantee. Mom is back in the kitchen fixing all you can eat. They ain't just making a living, they're making a life. Trying to make a last stand, this heartland man and wife. We call Mom and Pop, you'll get an honest deal. And Mom and Pops, you'll get a home-cooked meal. And Mom and Pops, you'll know how it feels to meet the two who built this country every time you stop at Mom and Pops. Mom and they're the salt of the earth. They're the American dream. Working sun up to sundown in overalls and jeans. Filling pews on Sunday morning, singing them old time hymns. They're down home folks and I'm proud to say they're my next of kin. Come to Mom and Pops, it's made with family pride. And Mom and Pops, they'll fix it until it's right. Mom and Pops, you'll get something that you can't buy from the two who built this country every time you stop at Mom and Pops. Mom and Pops. Just a short ways off the interstate down the Tulane County route, it's a place called Small Town, USA. Slow down and come on out. Y'all come back. Hey! Well, wasn't Michael Prysock great? Or I should say, isn't Michael Prysock? That's a real treat to hear him. And know that he's yet a brand new Texan, I guess, an expatriate from Arkansas. My only Arkansas joke was about the guy that went to the realtor, and he said, I want to buy this acreage. I want to buy a special place. I want at least 5 acres, and I want enough rock on the place to where I can build a 8-foot tall wall around the entire 5 acres. And so the realtor went out looking, and in about 3 days called him back and said, I found the place. He said, there's enough rock laying on the place to build a wall 8 feet high around all 5 acres? And he said, yep, and enough left over to floor it. Talk about Cowboy Church. Way out in the country, on the camp meeting grounds, there's a gathering every Sunday from them hill country towns. We meet at the dance pavilion, sit on bowling chairs, sing 'em loud and clap our hands and shake 'em in the air. Won't you come down, children, hear the loving word. Come
come to Cowboy Church. Come down, children, be the living word. Come down, children, come to Cowboy Church. Some come in rusty pickups, some come in Cadillacs, some come riding Harleys, some on horses' backs. 'Cause everybody's welcome at the church that has no walls. Some come in their Sunday best, some in bib overall. Won't you come down, children, hear the loving word. Come down, children, come to Cowboy Church. Come down, children, be the living word. Come down, children, come to Cowboy Church. Now the preacher keeps it simple. He says we've all gone astray, but if you want back in the herd, live the cowboy way. Always help the needy, love your neighbor every day. Always fight the good fight, don't forget to pray. Come down, children, hear the loving word. Come down, children, come to Cowboy Church. Come down, children, be the living word. Come down, children, come to Cowboy Church. Come down, children, come to Cowboy Church.
Thank you. They got a really great sense of humor at Cowboy Church. They were having this contest for this food drive to see who could bring the most canned goods, the women or the men, to the food drive, and they kept talking about winning the overall prize. And finally I asked them, what is it? And they said, it's a pair of overalls. It's Cowboy Church. Randy said he wanted to hear this song. I tell folks, you know, it's wonderful to be raised with loving parents, but it's sure a whole lot more fun if you have cool aunts and uncles. Amen. It's about Uncle Jack. You know how when you were growing up, how your neighbor's dad would have those in the garage. They'd have this pegboard, and they'd have all the tools on the pegboard, and they'd put Vaseline on all the tools, and then hang them up in spray paint, and then take them off and clean them up, and so you knew exactly where every tool fit, right? You know what I'm talking about? Uncle Jack would never do that. Uncle Jack always was around her, drove a pickup Ford. He drank beers in Sears easy chairs, reading Louis L'Amour. I'd sleep on his sofa summer Saturday nights. When I was with Uncle Jack, I felt a little more alive. Uncle Jack never was a wage slave, he was his own man. His own recipe for living, ran a hamburger stand. Had a sign that read, gone fishing, never would be one to let work get in the way of us having some fun. The black sheep of the family, sometimes late at night, he'd show up at our house a little bit too tight. Mama tucked him in on the sofa, and when she thought he was asleep, I'd watch her lean over and kiss him on the cheek. Uncle Jack never missed my birthday. He'd always come around with a brand new crisp $5 bill he got from the bank downtown. He'd say, I'll arm wrestle you for it, and he'd always let me win.
Then he'd say maybe next time with a wink and a grin. Uncle Jack always played catch with me when no one else had time. Taught me how to throw a football, and how to time a fishing line. Taught me how to sink the 8-ball and win it on the break. He'd say close only counts with horseshoes and hand grenades. You know, I never told a soul that when I was a kid, and I'd spend the night with him, one thing he always did. Well, after he tucked me in and thought I was asleep, he'd lean over that old sofa and kiss me on the cheek. Uncle Jack didn't grow old and in the way. He just moved down to the coast where a man can dance, remember France, and do a little toasting. And I still go to see him every now and then, living by his wits and the grace of God. There'll be no change in him.
Hey, that's for Randy. You bet. Like to hear that one? Well, yeah, let's do that one. That's a good idea. Coming back around. Texan goes to heaven. St. Peter showing him around. He says, look at these rivers up here. Have you ever seen anything more gorgeous in your life? And the Texan says, well, St. Peter, I like those rivers, but those rivers in Texas are awful hard to beat. And so he takes him and he shows him these mountains up in heaven, and he says, those are pretty, St. Peter, but have you ever seen the Chisos or the Guadalupe Mountains there in West Texas? Sun setting on them, and St. Peter's getting a little perturbed by now. And takes him over to this cliff, and all you can see is hellfire and brimstone. He says, look down there. You got anything like that in Texas? And the Texan says, no, sir, but we got an old boy in Houston that can help you put that out. No brag, just fact.
Sweet Texas rain is falling in the hills, filling the stream, shining up old stone. The sun breaks through to a river sights and sounds, and me and you coming back around. Smooth Texas breeze moves through ancient trees, filling the sky with God's own poetry. And the turtle dove sings of beauty to be found, precious love is coming back around. let us rest a while. Let us find our smile. We'll be still and know this is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Fine Texas diamonds are shimmering in the sun, filling your eyes with dreams and memories of the ways eternally we're bound to keep on coming back around. Oh, sweet Texas rain is falling in the hard ones out of the way. Texas thing. Well, let me play something more poignant first. How about a poignant one? Poignant. I like that word, poignant. It's poignant. Poignant? Poignant in the right direction. Well, I'm a grandfather. In 4 years, I've acquired 5 grandchildren. If you have 3 daughters, it's not hard to do. And it is true what Mark Twain said. The reason why grandparents and grandchildren get along so well is because they have a common enemy. Absolutely. I can hear a few grandparents out there. May you always show the way, live by the golden rule, and be kind to others who are not kind to you. May you live with no regrets and never miss a chance to tell someone you love them or ask someone to dance. May you grow up straight and strong like a cottonwood tree, shine like a wildfire for all the world to see. Feel the freedom of the wind and the warmth of a home, have the laughter of a best friend and sacred time alone. Now your dreams are waiting. Say your prayers, close your eyes. May you one day see them all come true. because of who you are, and that the best part of me is you. May you know the old man and the moon, and wish upon the stars. May your eyes be filled with wonder from fireflies in a jar. May you hear the red-tail cry and hear the white wings sing, and know there's a reason why we're blessed with all these things. May you always listen to your heart when it's time to make a choice. And when your plans all fall apart, hear his still small voice that says keep believing, love will find a way, and that the darkest night will find the light of day. Now your dreams are waiting. Say your prayers and close your eyes. May you one day see them all come true. And always know the world's a better place because of who you are. And that the best part of me is you.
Thank you. Well, you were talking about South Austin earlier. I thought I'd do this little humorous number here, where the Bubbas and the Bubettes live back there. We have this thing called Large Trash Collection Day there in Austin, and it's citywide, but north of the river, they come along. You put all the junk out of your backyard into your front yard, and they come along with these cherry pickers and pick it all up and put it into trucks and haul it off. And in South Austin, you take all the junk out of your backyard and put it in your front yard, and your neighbor takes all the junk out of your front yard and puts it in his backyard. We call it Redneck Recycle. This is an audience participation song. So, and there's a lot of pickers and singers here. All you have to sing is Hillbilly Heaven. You'll get it in the chorus right after a Bubba's Way of Life.
Billy Bob wears a ball cap backwards and aviator shades, black grease neath his fingernails and a little on his face. With a semi-toothless smile, he said, howdy do. I was having second thoughts about what I was about to do. He's a shade tree mechanic and my alternator was gone. He said, if you brought one, in an hour I'll have her on. Well, I said I had her rebuilt, sitting in my trunk. He said, put around back. That's when I saw Billy's jungle of junk. Billy Bob's backyard, it's a pack rat's paradise. It's a redneck collection from a Bubba's way of life. It's hillbilly heaven with an old rod standing guard. Whoa. For all them white trash treasures, Billy and Billy Bob backyard. 4 Skeeter breeding tires leaning up against an ugly shed. Studebaker pickup up on blocks with grass growing in the bed. Tin roof and warped plywood making a crooked fence. Slimy water standing in a John boat that's got about 100 dents. rusty rebar and bags of sackcrete that got wet and turned to stone. Motorless lawnmowers, by clothesline haywired on to his girlfriend's Harley tank top and his Harley tee. A dead water heater and 2 lawn chairs with ripped out strap C's. Billy Bob's backyard, it's a pack rat's paradise. A redneck collection of a Bubba's way of life. It's hillbilly heaven with an old rot standing guard. There you go. Whoa, all that white trash treasure filling Billy Bob's backyard. Beer cans, beer cans, beer cans thrown in scattered piles. Chickens pecking in the dirt to an 8-track playing Born to Be Wild. Billy cleared away just enough space to fit my car between a satellite dish with a bird nest and a broke down washing machine. I was leaning on a chopper frame, watching him sweat and cuss neath the torn tarp strung from his mobile home to an old Volkswagen bus. Billy Bob's backyard, it's a pack rat's paradise. It's a redneck collection from Ed Bubba's way of life. It's hillbilly heaven with an old rot standing guard. Woo, over all them white trash treasures filling Billy Bob's backyard. Oh, down boy, give him a beer or something. Y'all take instructions well. Man, you were right on cue there.
Well, most of these songs are populated with people that are in a movie that I've written. It's a hope to be a movie. That's its destination at this point in time. It's a CD, a movie and song, and I do a one-man song play of it. This is the Prodigal's Return. Early on, bury his grandpa.
Well, I come in from Tulsa on a Greyhound last night. It's been 10 years since I was blinded by them bus station lights. But you lose track of time when you're playing around. I guess you heard about Grandpa being while I'm in town. But for an old farmer's grave, I was amazed at all the faces gathered around. Still I was halfway hoping that I might get a chance to see Cynthia Brown. I don't know why I got so restless come summertime, or why some nights I felt like I was losing my mind, or why all I thought about was making my getaway, or why I called Grandpa a fool for thinking I might stay, or why I got drunk that night and took his Chevy screaming through the middle of town. or why I wanted more than those wind-blown kisses from Cynthia Brown. You're still here pouring beers. I remember that booth. That night I told you I was leaving on my search for the truth. The way you shook your head, threw your fist down, and said the truth will find you when it's time to get found. Well, man, that's no lie. Set 'em up. Well, I'm buying that line. The next round is the least I could do for the man who won the hand of Cynthia Brown. I come in from Tulsa on a Greyhound last night. It's been 10 years since I was blinded by them bus station lights. These are the folks that raised him. Grandma's apron smelled like bleach, and Martha White flyer. Sometimes she'd reach down into the pocket and pull out a treat, saying, how about a little something sweet? Might be a sugar cookie or a piece of fudge. I could feel the warmth, I could feel the love Grandma baked into every batch, wearing that apron starting from scratch. Well, it was all cotton, soft and warm. She used to let me use it for my Superman cape, held me behind it when it thunderstormed. Grandma's apron had power, Grandma's apron had grace. Grandpa's vest was corduroy. We'd watch old westerns in his lazy boy. He'd reach in the pocket and pull out a toy, saying my sidekick's been a good boy. It might be a marble like the eye of a cat, or a whistle from a box of Cracker Jacks. That vest held his sweet surprises that came with a wink from his twinkling eye. Used to let me wear it when I rode my stick horse pony. I was chasing down outlaws, badge on my chest. When we took naps in his lazy boy, Grandpa's vest, do the cowboy way. Grandpa's vest, new tenderness. When it came time to divide their things, brother wanted the car, sister wanted the rings. I said, I want the way they loved and blessed. Give me Grandma's apron and Grandpa's vest. Now my lady wears Grandma's apron, baking sugar cookies when the grandkids come. I wear Grandpa's vest in my lazy boy, grandkids on my lap. pull out a toy while we're watching Gene and Roy. I'm along Cassidy and the Cisco Kid and the Lone Ranger, wagon train, Gunsmoke, wanted dead or alive, have gun will travel, the rifleman, the rebel, Rawhide, Cheyenne, Maverick, Lawman, and the Duke.
Thanks, y'all. That's why we write the songs. Y'all gonna stick around? Lock the doors.
Well, I was rolling down a back road when I got lost. I saw him sitting there, a proud old straight back farmer on the front porch chair, just staring off into the distance as a hot, dry July morning sun lit his shining eyes. The farmhouse he was born in, I stopped to ask directions and then asked, what is it you see? Looking out across that grain field, just as empty as can be. He said, faces in the sun on that horizon, I see the family farmer, I can see the ones who will come and go, but never disappear. Faces in the sun whose eyes keep shining clear. He said, I see my grandpa standing tall, wiping a furrowed brow, wearing his bib overalls behind that mule and plow. And I see my daddy on his tractor where grandpa used to be, out there where the earth meets the sky. I see my legacy, faces in the sun, who taught me all I know about hard work and family and reaping what you sow. How we come and go, but never disappear. Faces in the sun whose eyes keep shining clear. I see faces talking to the sky and listening to the wind. I see strong and godly men. I see the unsung heroes who've lived their quiet lives with the sun upon their skin. Faces in the sun portraits of the plain on a heartland hill that bears the family name. And I get to see my grandson on my old John Deere with his face in the sun and his eyes shining clear. Thank you.